Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and we are on day 10 of Defember, hosted by Luise Heinzel and Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. And I have everything linked in the description box below. So today's altered pocket and texture fragments. So I'm going to be working on this page from my journal. As many of you know, I made a trash journal. That's what I'm working on. And then if you remember the other day, I had this out with my tag, and I think this will make a fun pocket. So we'll consider this a pocket, and we're going to alter it. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to alter it. I think one good way to alter a pocket is to put a hole in it. So like if you have a die cut, you could use a die cut. I have some good die cuts that would work really well, like give me some interesting shapes, but I'd have to get out my die cut machine and all that. So how about if instead I just I want it in the middle, but you can't do the middle necessarily with this, and that doesn't go quite as far down as I want. How do you guys figure that out? Let's see. I'm going to fold this down and hope I can still get this in here. And I will get a little bit of a divot in there, which is not a bad thing, but that's the only way I know to possibly get my hole lower than you know. It would be easier if I used my die cut machine. I'd be able to put it exactly where I want to, but that's okay. And just to be me, let's go ahead and cut one out over here and up here a little bit, and maybe even down here, because why not? And then our texture can it be in the holes. Okay, see, this is why I do things on the fly, because sometimes I will come up with ideas. Let's see, we had, this might be one of my biggest pieces of texture. That would be fun too. I've got several of these, and they weren't that expensive. I could get more. Do I want one that has more paint on it though? Because I got several of these with lots of paint. Do I even want to use that? I don't know, but that would be fun texture, and the thing would show, oh, I know. I could just use half of it down there maybe. But then it's going to get stuck on it every time, even if it's in. Okay, so I got to think about that. This paper is very textural. I don't love. The color is the only thing. Let's see. A lot of what Patty sent me definitely has texture. And we have this little hot cocoa. I have to clean that out. It still has cocoa in there, which would be fine if it was just cocoa, but it's also sugar. All right, this has a little red in it. Let's go ahead and use this on one of the, that would be perfect right there. That would be perfect. That was a 2-inch, right? Yeah, the smaller one. I need it bigger than 2-inch though. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but just go ahead and cut that out a little bigger than I think I'm going to need it, so that I can glue it in there. Like that. Yep. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna glue it, whoops, around the edge of the circle here, and around the edges. So I'm gonna glue it on the outside of this circle here, on the front. Yes, that's how we're doing it, and on the you know, around the edge here, and that way that will catch it everywhere it needs to get caught for being glued on. And just need that to the end, to the edge, and I can trim off any extra. It's easier to trim off than line it up perfectly, honestly. To be honest. There we go. Okay, so fragment, texture fragment. What else do we have? Oh, this, if I can get it to glue down. I might have to use some tape. So this is just like some florist, I don't remember what it's called, florist webbing, florist, I'll look for it and put an affiliate link down below if anybody. I got it in a roll, and it's kind of plasticky. I don't know if there's one that's like less plasticky that's better. It's okay. It's not the greatest as far as, you know, what it's made from. but it's alright. Oh, and you will hear my boys talking. They are both home. They're watching Pokemon. And I'm not going to tell them to stop so I can record. And a lot of you do tell me you like hearing the life noises that happen in my house. So, you know, well, let's hope you're telling me the truth. I know not everybody does. That's okay. You can just watch with the closed captioning. I have it set up so that there should be closed captioning on all my videos. Now, so that that doesn't get caught on there, I think I will tape it down. I might just use, nope, not that tape. That's going to make everything get caught on it more because that tape is double-sided tape, so that's not super helpful. I could use washi tape as well. Probably will. Alright, so I put washi tape, covered all the edges, and none of it shows through to the front, so that makes me happy. So should not get things caught on there. I'm just burnishing it down with my finger. It'll stick to the cardboard better than it will stick to this, but I want it to stay. I want you to stay. Alright, so we have 2 more holes that we can add some texture to. So napkin always gives some nice texture. So I'm thinking these 2 flowers here are similar to the color there, and it's got some green. And I'll probably leave the green, but I might cover the red up there. We'll see. So that could work. So yeah, napkin is a good way to get texture. And once again, let's make sure I get that. That's pretty much how I want that. So once again, I'm going to do my glue around here. And around here. And yes, my boys are adults and they watch Pokemon. I'm fine with that. There are so many worse things they could be doing. Especially, you know, in their young 20s and their late 20s. My younger one has decided, he's 24, and he decided it's not worth drinking because the way it makes it doesn't taste good enough for the way it makes him feel. But he has type 1 diabetes and adrenal insufficiency, so I'm really glad he made that decision. Drinking is not a good thing for someone with those conditions. But I waited for him to make that decision on his own. Was something, I mean, I did, you know, recommend, I said, you know, it'd probably be a good idea if you don't become a drinker. But I didn't stop him either because, you know, he's an adult. Adults are going to do what adults are going to do. We have one more tiny little hole up here. A little opening. Should I say hole or opening? We could do lace. Lace is a really good texture. Oh, it looks like little eyes sticking out. I will need, do I want this lace though? Don't have to be this lace. Is that big enough to fit in there? Nope. What else? We've got tea bag. This little Japanese candy. I know it's Japanese because that's the box I bought for my son. That makes the red, you know, make more sense. I could even have it stick off the side. No. I think I am going to have this one stick off the side on something or be a tab, but not sticking out of a hole. I could just have it sticking out from behind the pocket even. But maybe not on that one. We'll see. What's this? Oh, that's a number 3. What are we on? Number 10? So I need to find a number 10 somewhere. I want to find a number 10 somewhere. I don't need to. I don't have to. There's no shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's just, oh, and also like crumpled up paper is texture. So we have this, also similar in color to some of the other things, would give us some good texture. I'll just go ahead and cut that off. And do like I did before. Gonna glue here. I don't think I need it quite as big as that though. Let's see. Just kind of glue around edge there so it catches somewhere. So it catches on there. So I hope, did I just do that backwards? Yeah, but it's okay. There's stuff on the other side too, so it's fine. That side might have been a little more fun, but it's for the texture more than the color. There we go. So there's our pocket. I don't know how I feel about this shape now. I think I'm just going to come down and come down and follow this white line. It'll make it easier to cover those little triangles at the top too if I decide to. Now it's got little ears. I'm like, ooh, we should do like something that has like a picture of a little kitty or something in there. I don't think I have a cat face that big though. Not without going to look. And I'm not good at drawing cat faces, just saying. I'm not saying I couldn't, I just not good at it. Let's see, that would be fun. Would that fit? If we put this on a tag, how big of a tag? We need a taller tag than that. Let's find some substrate for a tag. Alright, this gives me it's cardstock and texture, and I think I am just going to cut the size I want, which is going to be a little bit more narrow than that. And the height I want, I might want it tall, at least that tall. It could be taller. Let's see. How will that? Oh, she's so cute. Oh, and then she could be showing in, so I'll cut this off right about here. See, can you see her? Little fairy. She's so cute. So she kind of shows through the circle there. And then maybe we could have this be coming out the top. Like be on the top. Like that. Alright, I don't know what I'm going to do on it, but it's going to end up there at some point. And then I'm also going to back this with something so that it shows through that rip. Well, this is a possibility, not a for sure right there anyway. I mean, do we want her in the dark hole? I don't know. That's pretty. Do we care if it's pretty? I don't think we care if it's pretty or not. But I also need, you know, it's cardstock, but it needs a firm foundation of sorts. What's this? You know, just grabbing what's near my desk. Those have butterflies. These are all butterflies. Might be cool. Alright, I think it may or may not be enough to hold this, but it would be cute behind it. So there's that. And I could have used either side of this page, but the little girl was cute. So let's use the little fairy. I think Patty said her mom had wanted her to dye some of the fairy paper or her mom wanted the fairy paper and then maybe she dyed it after her mom passed. I can't remember. But yeah, so, you know, think about it. Pray for Patty this year. She has her first Christmas without her mom. I know that's hard. Believe me, I know. If you know, you know. You can do it like that. I don't have to do it perfectly straight. I could even bring some of this paper onto the front if I want to. Do I want to? I don't know. Oh, the other one has, like, I think a little bit bigger butterflies. So I could put those on the back. Let's see, I haven't decided what to do with the page yet. Like the whole first two videos, I forgot about doing the page. I was just doing the ephemera, which is fine. You can just do the ephemera. You don't have to, you know, do a whole page and show it. You could just do ephemera. You know, you do whatever it is that makes you happy. Can peel this back a little bit. Alright, so if I'm going to peel that back, I'm going to glue it down so it doesn't fall off. But, let's see. I'm going to glue this, but I'm going to glue it like, there, like that. That should be good, I think. Ooh, we got more texture. A little map tissue. That's nice. I don't think this is straight on the bottom. I mean, we don't need it to be perfectly straight, and I don't want to go too far up because I still want my little girl showing in the window behind the webbing. Something may not exist in your area. I don't know what. Now I need to know. What may not exist in my area? Oh, facilities. Coffee filters are commercially compostable. Ah, that's what it is. Hey, at least I'm trying to buy commercially compostable food products, right? All right, now. Oh, so we have our tag pretty much, and I could add to it up here. Which one do I like? Oh, maybe I know I put the texture paste on the back, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's not the right color. That's okay. Alright, give me a second. I need to regroup for a second. Alright, I'm going to expand this side of the page so it's a little wider. And because I want some product on the back. Does that make sense? Like, this is fine and everything, and I was thinking about using this side, but then I cover the cracker, and I don't want to cover the cracker, but this is a little too short for this type of pocket. So I'm going to extend my page a little, maybe even make it a double pocket. This is a nice thin cardboard, so I think this will be a good one to use. So I think my son brought these home or something. There's no right or wrong. Well, I guess it's all right. There's no wrong when you're making a trash journal. It's trash. As long as there's some trash in it, it's a trash journal, right? I mean, that's where junk journals originally began. You used you recycle, you know, some trash or junk mail, or which junk mail would be trash. Also, it would be ephemera, just one time use kind of a deal. So, yep. So that, let's see. So I might even, no, I want to go this way. What are you thinking, lady? I want the packaging to show. I keep forgetting that I want, it's not my norm. And we could end up with kind of a double pocket too. All right, so I'm going to glue this piece on like a pocket. I want to center it. Wasn't gonna, but now I'm gonna. So just gluing this piece on as a pocket, and I think this piece also I will glue on as a pocket. Ow. I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac though, because I want a glue that's not going to dry too fast, and it's going to stick really well. It'll give me a minute to figure out what I'm doing here. So I'm going all the way down here, and I'm going to go up the middle just to give it some extra staying power. I was going to center it, wasn't I? There we go. Oh, I just realized I went up too far with my glue, so now I need to like wipe off some glue. So there's that. Okay, I think this will work, because when you don't have the tag in the pocket, you see the cookies. I know I really liked how that poked up. I liked it originally. I don't like it as much now, so I'm just cutting these off. Don't be mad. You can put ears on your pockets if you want to. I don't want to right now. I've changed my mind about the ears. Okay, so I'm going to put that on. I think I'm going to use my art glitter glue again, because we've got washi tape back there. Usually I just would use, Fabri-Tac. Usually I would use art glitter glue, which is why that's the first thing that comes out of my mouth when I'm talking. But I'm using Fabri-Tac this time to give me a second here. Okay, I'm going to have to hold that for a few seconds. Okay, so I think I will, alright, so here we are so far. I've got this glued on, I've got this pocket glued on. And I'm going to work on the tag, and I want to add some green. I don't know if this is the right green or not. I've got Pine Needles Distress Oxide. It feels close, but it's going to look different on the yellow too. So you kind of got to think about that. And I don't know. Okay, doesn't seem to be anything on there. So I'm going to use this stencil from pmartiststudio.com. I'm going to use this side just because I am. And I'm just going to try to not get it on the little girl. And I don't need to cover it totally. I just kind of want it, might do lighter in some spots so it almost shows up. Just kind of a distressed kind of a look. Are there any people down here? Nope, that's just flowers. And I might come in a little darker on the edges, or what's that? That's a bow. I don't care about bows. Oh, that'll be fine. Alright, so that added a little something to that. And I do like to layer patterns. And there is like some of this pinky purpley stuff happening, I think, in both places. Or maybe just some black. Or blue. Or brown. Because, you know, I'm really good at just settling in on a decision. Make a decision, lady. Lady. That's a much different green. Alright, I add blue to everything, so why not? Why not? Let me go find a stamp. Oh my goodness. It is hard to find things when you're looking for things. I don't know why, but it is. Alright, so I've got this larger pattern on here, and I want to add kind of a smaller pattern, so I think I'm going to do the X's from this stamp. And then I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll tell you a little bit about myself while I'm doing this, because some of you, this might be your first time finding me is through Defember. I did do it last year as well. Let me just start by saying with textures, I try to find like larger, medium, and small. So, you know, that's kind of how I do textures. Not textures, marks, like stenciling, stamping, mark making, that kind of a thing. I cannot find my Carrie Griffith stamp that has similar circles to this. This, I don't think this is in the shop. I think this is one that I just kind of created for myself at some point. Yes, sometimes I create things for myself. I just make it and I'm like, I don't submit it sometimes. But since I can't find his, which is what I really want, I will just use mine. This little thingamabob here, but I really wanted to find Carrie's stamp. So he's got like kind of like a sketchy circle kind of a stamp in the shop. So they're kind of incomplete circles, kind of like these are. Alright, so lots of layers, lots of fun. And then I thought I would go ahead and add one of these, what is it called? One of these, kind of like a sentiment. Alright, so while I cut that out, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I know I talk about PM Artist Studio a lot, and one reason is because I like their products. They use Yupo for their stencils, which I prefer to that plastic mylar. And now they make foam stamps, which makes me really happy. I love a lot of you know, everything they've got, but can't afford to get everything they've got. But also I am a designer for PM Artist Studio. So, you know, if you think I talk about it a lot, well, you know, I'm not really good at promoting myself, but it involves other people too. So it's good if I can promote myself and promote them, then, you know, I'm probably more apt to do it if it affects other people. You know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm going to put this on a piece of something that I can put down there to do my 10. This one is in the shop. It's like, what are the numbers with? Springing Up Borders, I think is what the numbers are on. I think that might be where the numbers are. So I'm going to do a 1 and a 0 and hopefully cover up where the 2 kind of, there we go. That's good. That works. So yeah, I am a designer for PM Artist Studio. I do have like digitals and Ko-fi. I used to be on Etsy. Part of the problem with Etsy is they expect a lot with shipping. You know, they make all these promises, and that's one thing I don't want to deal with. And also the fees and stuff that they add to everything. Not a fan. So I think I do want to find a quote for up here. So may hold off on putting something there. I may end up putting a quote. So that's a little bit about me. Also, I am originally from Massachusetts and moved down to Virginia. I've lived down in Virginia longer than I've lived in Massachusetts now. And I still consider myself to be from Massachusetts. You know, I might have lost the accent, but I did not lose my love for the place. Let's see, this bends, and if I don't want it to bend, I probably want to maybe layer That's too short. I've got these borders I made out of gel plate prints. And I don't know if I want them to stick off the page. Maybe I do. And then maybe one of these. Let's see if this one would be longer. And then it could be a pocket. But also it's one of the longer ones, so I kind of want to put it on. But I don't want to cover up the holes. Part of what we like about this paper is the holes, right? I mean, I've got more. Alright, so I think I will fold that around is what I'll do. That way, I'm not just going to cut it off and lose it. But, there. That's fun. Alright, I'm just going to paper clip that on there for now, and then eventually we will figure out if it's just going to be a border or a pocket. We can do that in the future. I want to add these to my journal right now, just because I did, because, you know, squirrel. Because I've got that in there, so, you know, why not more borders? This could use a little something. That's not quite the colors, but that's okay too. This one has blue in it. Do I want them to stick off? That's the question. They don't have to stick off all the way. You could kind of come to where the shortest box is. I'm worried it's going to get caught on stuff is the problem. So what if we do that? Nope, that's not enough contrast. What about this piece with one of these? Not that. Oh my goodness. I know some people cannot stand my mess. But it is what it is. They're talking about Home Alone, and well, you know, we'll figure this out eventually. Alright, I think I'm going to stick this one here. Why? I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason to why. I can always cut this piece off if I want to later on. So I'm just going to glue this here on this side. Apparently get no, don't close. Don't do that. I don't remember if I did these borders on a video or not. I don't think that I did. But I can at some point. I just take gel plate prints and just draw. Doodle, just doodle on some gel plate prints. It's fun. I enjoy it. I think you would too. Even if you don't enjoy doodling, it's good practice. You're not going to get good at something unless you practice. So I don't want anyone to be here to be like, well, I can't draw like you do. I couldn't always draw like that. I have a little bit of really raw talent, but anything else is because I practiced. You don't get good at something without practicing. I know Barbara is definitely one to follow that mantra of sorts. Where's the other one? That was like similar colors here. So yeah, this was all because I wanted to tell you a little bit about who I was, but I didn't want to stop to go find a quote and then forget that that's what I was doing. See, that's why. There was a reason. I know it didn't feel like there was a reason that I just squirreled and did this, but that was the reason. I was afraid if I went to go and get the quote that I would forget that I was telling you a little bit about myself. And I will try to tell you more or just have different stories and whatever I can think of. Alright, we'll just do that to the lowest point there. So yeah, this one was just put dots all over it and just outlined it a little bit. I have a funny way of outlining things. Let's see. No, do that one. We need one at the front, near the front. I mean, I can move the pages around, so that's not that big a deal, but let's... Oh, if I put it here, it can stick out, but it's not sticking all the way out of the book. And if I don't like where I put one, I can always just cut off the edge of the page and put it somewhere else. I'm not tied to any of it. I mean, it's a trash journal. Are we really going to worry that much about it? No, we're not. I'm not. Are you? I hope you're not. Is there anything on the other side? No, that's okay. Oh, here's the other one I was thinking of. The back. Oh, that's too samey for the, because I've got that one there. So I want this one further up. Further up, further. I like that one there. The pink against the, sure, why not? The important thing is that the wrists show. I don't know why. I just really want it to be apparent that it is a trash journal. I'm not hiding that fact. Okay, stay. There we go. That will dry. Alright, let me go find a quote real quick. Or I could write a quote. I can't think of a quote. I know I have some quotes. That's the annoying thing. Turns out I don't even need a quote. I think I need to put some butterflies down before I put my topper on, but I need to make sure they're a little bit on the lower side. So I've got this butterfly from PM Artist Studio, and then these I bought at Hobby Lobby, I think. These other two, I think, is where they came from. So I thought 3 for Patricia from PM Artist Studio. She likes things in 3s. So, oh, 2.5. There, now it's 3. It looks like 4, but it's 3 butterflies. 3 whole butterflies. That's my tongue-in-cheek little joke with her. Alright, so I've got this. I'm going to unwhiten it a little bit so that the piece of lace will show better. So this is the top off of I don't need that, hot chocolate, and it's got texture, so another texture fragment. I mean, it's part of the tag or journal card or tag, or really, doesn't matter what you call things. It's you just make things and be happy. That's the whole thing. There's no right or wrong in creating, unless you don't because you're scared. That's the only wrong thing you could do, is to not do it because you're scared. Please create. If you have the urge to create, there's a reason. It doesn't matter. Your stuff could be ugly as anything, but you know what? If you enjoyed the process, then you won. That's just how I feel about it. That's just what I'm saying. So, you know, and don't should all over yourself. What do I mean by that? I mean, don't tell yourself, oh, I should do this or I should do that. Right, now that I did that, I'm going to cover up the butterfly. See, this is why using the Fabri-Tac is good, because it gives you a little bit more leeway when it comes to putting things down. So I think this piece I want over here now that I put that butterfly there. And now that lace will show a little bit more there. And do I want to go ahead and put this little tab, this little, what is that called? Well, it's another texture fragment is what it is. Do I want to put it there? Or do I want to, no, I don't want it over there. I might want to bring some blue over here. Maybe even just off to the side there. If I put it this way, then this little bit will show. So I think that's what I'm going to do. A little bit more Fabri-Tac. I do have some metal glue. I don't think you actually necessarily need that. I think I'm going to glue this metal piece down with Fabri-Tac though. There's not a lot of glue, hot glue would probably work too. There's just not a lot of places where it actually touches the card is the only problem. So, but it's texture. It's just another form of texture. So, you know, when you're looking for texture fragments, all those things work. I keep touching the cord with my... I feel low energy, but I hope I'm not. I hope I came across as positive energy. This was 10, right? I hope this was 10. Yes, altered pocket and yeah. Okay, where's my page? Let's go ahead and put our tag in our altered pocket that has our texture fragments. Oh, I need to let that dry, but okay, we're going to take this chance. We're going to take a chance here. Should have probably made sure it fit before I added more stuff to it, but there we go. Yay. Alright, I don't know if you could see her, but she shows through there a little bit. We got lots of texture going on here, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So, I feel like I probably could add something. Oh, we'll just add the butterflies. Why not? Because I like the fact that the trash still shows. That makes me happy, weirdly. I know that's a weird thing to make me happy, but it's a trash journal. I want it to be good and trashy. Get the antlers. Y'all know who says antlers, right? Well, you might not. You might not watch her. But Gail Agustinelli calls them antlers. And I love it. I watch Gail. I watch her every morning with my coffee. That's what I do. My coffee and my protein bar. I like to have the same thing every day for breakfast. I don't have to think about it. That's just not loving that the whole butterfly is not showing, but you know, I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's alright. I mean, it's a trashy journal. Are we looking for perfection? Well, if you remember correctly, no, we are not. So that is prompt number 10. I'm going to stick that back in the journal. Don't know where it came from. It's going to go back in somewhere. I think it came from, what is it? What is it again? Oh, it's the other, I think there's already a Ritz in the front, so we'll put a Ritz in the back. Maybe we'll put it in the middle. And it's easy to find. Alright, I'll see you. Alright, don't touch the ink on shiny surfaces until it dries. Versifying permanent ink is meant for non-porous surfaces. So when you put it on, it's made for porous surfaces like this. It would work great on that. It would be fine because that's a porous surface. This, not a porous surface. So it does not dry right away. So therefore, if you touch it, you end up with that kind of craziness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I hope y'all have a delightful day. Love you.